you need to understand that the charter is meant with silo mentality. It is the same people under the same budget that they have being asked to work together as a team and avoid this idea of saying that this is my turf, this is my jurisdiction, I'm not supposed to report to any other agency within the airport. As a result, the charter creates one center of accountability, and that center of accountability is led by the KA. So that then we have principally said you have reporting channels for the police, for the immigration, for tourism, for KFIs, for plant health. Everybody reports to different ministries. But under this charter, we are now saying, yes, you may have the other reporting mechanism, but in terms of running the airport and the customer experience at the airport, you have to report to one center, and there is a board that is chaired by the MD of Kenya Airports Authority. Meaning, therefore, that it is not, we are not creating a new budget. We are saying synergize your energies around the airport using the same budget to deliver results in a coordinated manner. If there is need to now improve any area within the airport, then that budget will be provided in due course. There is, to just answer your question straight, there is no extra money being put so that the charter can be done. It is the existing budgets in different agencies being implemented in a manner that is coordinated and avoids silo mentality.
And I think that's why I'm also asking when KA is going to get a substantive MD, because clearly it's taking on a leading role in this.
The KA substantive MD is a work in progress. We did advertise, we closed, but we did have some legal, somebody went to court. So it's a work in progress. Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying on the budget, which wasn't clear initially. My name is Kipchumba from Jkia. How does this marry into the bigger vision of the national aviation policy that we have in the country? And secondly, I think Jkia has been for a long time strained. We are receiving so much, whereas the facilities within, they are not as modern as we would like it to be. So as much as the charter addresses the soft issues of workability within the, the airport, talk to me how the larger vision of accommodating 30 million visitors by 2030 here and modernizing the airport is actually the charter is supporting that vision.
We'll take that in due course. Can we take
The last one.
the last one, and then we can take the two?
And proceed.
None. The national aviation policy really seeks to grow our airport to meet the demands of the growth in the industry, as we seek to grow from the current number of clients coming into our country, be it tourism, be it business, from the current so many to 7 million capacity to the numbers that you have talked about as we look into 2030 and beyond. And you do know that our airport was built to take a maximum capacity that is outstripped today. And so I think the question now that you're really talking about is, how do we seek to build and improve the resources and the capacity of our airport to be able to accommodate those numbers that we seek to accommodate as we grow our tourism numbers into the numbers that Rebecca Miano talked about. And you know, the building of a new airport is alive, and we really need to up our game. We are working after the failure of the PIP framework to operate our airport and to build a new airport. We sit on an airport that got burnt in 2014, and part of our airport is really roofed on tents that you have witnessed occasional leaking when there are heavy rains and storms. And apart from the airport being stripped in capacity of number of passengers, and looking at the horizon on the numbers we need to be servicing in a short while, the building of a new airport is active, an active agenda at Cabinet. We are looking at policies on investments which can support themselves as a business, really being able to do more of PPP as opposed to building on a social capital on our balance sheet. The fiscal headroom that we have today to be able to support things that we need to support more in social, like education, like the health sector, and more of the areas where government needs to really pay more attention, cannot really compete with investments which can draw their own revenue, run their own balance sheet, and be able to service the kind of debt. So we are looking at airport today as a snippet of what did not quite work on airport going out on its balance sheet and taking a facility to develop a new airport, the way Kenyan borrows on its balance sheet. So we'll be looking at KAA on its balance sheet, working with various DFIs, be it EXIM or export credit, whether the export credit will come with conditions of concessioning. Airport should be able to leverage on its balance sheet to develop a new airport so that the airport is not competing with the social infrastructure investment that we need to do in education, in health, and in the various social areas like food security and supporting the various challenges that we face from time to time and which we sometimes support as, which we need to support as a government. So going forward, we are looking at a framework that Jkia can leverage on its balance sheet, invite cost-effective or the cost of money that is fairly competitive, that can return on investment in terms of the cost of capital, and develop for us a new airport. So in a short while, we'll be coming back through Cabinet to seek a framework, approve a framework that will allow JKIA to leverage on its balance sheet, work with various DFIs, and develop for us a new airport in the time frame that is conscious of what is happening in the region in terms of competitive advantage for Kenya comparing with other regions who have gone ahead of us and developed modern airports. We need to attract the numbers. We don't want visitors coming to Kenya to come through our neighboring as hubs. We really want to take that advantage and continue to have Nairobi as a hub. And so in terms of national aviation policy, we are conscious. We are working around the clock. We do know that the PIP could have faced a challenge. And even when we leverage on the balance sheet of JKIA to look at various DFIs with the cost of capital, return on capital, or return on equity, and so on and so forth, we will be looking at a competitive process, even as we get those DFIs to come in. I think, conscious of time, we'll be doing that very quickly so that the kind of numbers we are receiving in our airport today do have that kind of space to handle the kind of numbers that we seek to be handling in a short while and going forward.
Thank you.
Asante. Thank you so much.